Welcome to the Dice Tower, a series of video reviews about board and card games. Here are your hosts, Tom Vassell and Sam Healy.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Zee Garcia. Hello.
Sam Healy, welcome back, folks.
Now, if we went by covers of games, this is one of the most exciting looking games I've ever seen. These people are on a boat that apparently they can paddle really fast because that looks like there's a motor in the
baby.
back.
They are moving.
That dude's moving. Yeah, that dude's
He's like, we are out.
But I'm curious what that lady in the front of the boat, why is she smiling?
She's like
She's
surfing it around.
enjoying-
Woo!
She's enjoying the day.
She's gone insane. Anyway, there's fireballs and there's weird fish jumping out
That
of the water.
fish is more scared than she is.
So that's what this game is. It's a cooperative speed game in which you are running away from a volcano, but just like the movies, you're going to run in the same lane that the volcano lava is flowing.
Correct. Otherwise, where's the drama?
That's what keeps it spicy.
You got to try to outrun that lava, baby.
Here's how it plays.
So in Red Peak, each round is divided up into two phases. There is a daytime phase, and then there's also an evening phase. The daytime phase is where the different explorers are going to be working together to build the path from their campsite here, which is really close to the volcano that's erupting, to build a path down to where the beach is, to where they'll be able to board a boat and get off the island to safety. In order to do that, they have to play tool cards from their hand, which are going to be required by these different path tiles that are out here, which will be agreed upon by everybody at the table, where they're going to be placed, the orientation that they're going to be placed on the board, and all of that kind of stuff. And they're going to be needing to place tools that will satisfy the requirements for each path tile they're going to traverse. Now, they have to do that cooperatively, and it is a timed phase. So they have basically 90 seconds, a minute and a half, to play the tiles and orient them the way they want to out on the board, and also play the tool cards that are required by each of the tiles that they choose to play. Now, if mistakes are made, we do have some tools out here that they can use as wilds for the different tools that are on the board. But generally speaking, you have to kind of remember what you have in your hand and what you said you're going to play and where you said you're going to place those tools. Once all the tiles have been placed out here and all of the tool cards that have been said they're going to be played for each of those requirements, then everybody places their cards face back down, and then we go on to the evening phase. In the evening phase, you're going to move your tent along the path that you have laid out and paid for, and every time that you cross a tile that has an eruption icon or a volcano icon like this, you're going to flip over one of these, one of the tiles from one of these two stacks here, and place it on the path that is going to be followed by the lava that you're actually creating. So as the team is moving down, the lava is going to be following the path, and hopefully the team will be able to stay ahead of the lava. If the lava catches up to them, of course, they lose as a group, and if they make it to the beach, they win as a group. Some of these tiles are going to be no eruption tiles, which will basically mean it doesn't get placed out here on the thing. Some of them will be regular eruption tiles, and some of them will have +1s on them, which means in addition to the one they just drew, they have to draw another one. So there will be a little bit of a crunch, especially if some mistakes are made along the way. Now, that might seem simple from that description, but one of the catches is that you cannot look at your cards until you are in the daytime phase. So you flip this, and then you're able to look at your cards, and you can continue looking at your cards during the daytime phase as you're planning everything out. But once the daytime phase is over, they go back down, and you can't look at them again until the next daytime phase. So there is a little bit of a memory aspect that's going on here that really makes things a little bit more difficult than they actually seem. If the players can agree upon a tile to play and play tools that will satisfy the requirements for that tile within the allotted 90 seconds, then that's done. The round is over and nothing bad happens. But if they're not able to, they have to move the timer onto one of these timeline tiles. If this happens multiple times and you have to place again and there's no tile to place on there, then you're going to flip an extra lava tile and place it down on the path, which means that the lava is going to creep closer to you. So as you can see, some of these tiles out here do have more timeline tiles that you can place out there, but of course you have to satisfy the requirements of them in order to get those rewards. Other rewards that are on the tiles are drawing extra tool cards or drawing more land tiles to give you a better chance of finding tiles that are more easy to traverse, getting more tools that are wilds for you, flipping a boat tile over here so that you can see what kind of tools you're going to need to escape off the island. Those are all different kinds of things that you'll be able to see as rewards on these tiles. So as we begin here, we would flip the tile over and everybody would be able to look at their cards. And here is where people will be able to see the cards that are in their hand. They can't show them to other people, but they can talk about what they have. And then, as you can see here, a tool card has 3 things on it, but only one card can be used for one tool. So you have the chance to use 3 different tools here, but you can only use this card as one of those during the course of the daytime phase. So then you'll start talking about what kinds of tiles you want to put out here on the board, what orientation you want to put it on the board, and then what tools you're going to use to satisfy those requirements. And you can try to do as many tiles as you can, keeping in mind though that before time runs out, you have to play tools to traverse the group over those tiles, and if you don't, and you have to use some of these things, you could be adding more lava tiles to the track. And then once the timer is finished, or once you have decided that you're done, hopefully the latter being the case, all of the cards that were used to pay for the different land tiles are removed, along with any tools that were also used. And once the cards used have been disposed of, you're going to put your hands back down on the table so that no one can see them, including yourself. And then the evening phase begins. In the evening phase, you're going to move your tent along the path that you've created, taking the rewards and possible lava tiles that you're going to encounter with each tile. So here, we're going to have 2 new tool cards. We get to flip a boat token to see what that is going to require. And then you're also going to get another land tile. So we'll put that out here like this. And we also have to flip one of these tiles. So we flip it over and it simply becomes a lava tile path right there. And then we take and move the tent to the next one. This one simply gives us another tool. It also adds another tile to the track. And then it also gives us 2 more cards that we can distribute evenly, or we can determine who needs the most. For example, this player over here used all of their cards, so maybe we want to give them some more cards to work with. So we'll give them maybe 2 like that, and then we'll give this person 1 and this person 1 again. So we're keeping it as even as possible, kind of, and then we continue. Now at this point, you can start planning for the next day. If you'll see over here, there are some icons that are along these 2 paths. You can at any time choose to place another lava tile onto the track and take the reward associated here. So you can flip another boat tile, you can draw 2 more cards, you can take another time track tile there, or you can take another tool, or you can draw 2 more path tiles like this for the price of flipping over 1 of these lava tiles, keeping in mind that it could be nothing, or it could be a +1, or it could be just a regular tile like this one right here. And when all the players are ready, a new day begins with the start of a new daylight phase. And that's how the game continues, repeating the daytime and evening phases over and over and over again until you reach the beach and are able to pay the cost for the boat that's down there and escape having won the game, or it will continue until the lava tile actually reaches and overtakes your group, in which case you have lost. And that's generally speaking how you play Red Peak.
Alrighty, so this is a game that I said looked really exciting on the cover.
When I opened it, I was like, oh, it looks great. I love the theme. Then I realized it was co-op. I'm like, great. And then I realized it was real time. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but I like
And then
real-time co-ops.
You do, right. And then I read the rules, and I said, wait, what? And I read them again, and then I still said, wait, I don't get it. What? And then I read them slowly. And then you read them.
I did read them because he was like...
And then you talked about it for a while.
They're confusing rules.
Yeah.
This game is not written very clearly.
Well, here's... After we played it together, I played it with my kids in the live while you guys were at Gen Con. And then I reread the rules again before I did the...
We did everything wrong.
No. The rules make sense if you know how to play the game.
Yeah.
They make total sense
Yeah.
if you know how to play the game.
That's not necessarily like a check mark there.
No,
It's not a good thing. But then again, at the end of the day, these rules were written by someone who knew how to play. That's a big trap.
Yeah.
My worry is that cover makes... Kids are going to pick this up off the shelf and be like, what is this? This is awesome. What do I need to do? You need to collect some symbols so that you may move in a random direction, kind of, sort of.
Oh, well, I don't know. I can see that. But I think some kids will find yes, when you put it that way, yes.
Sure, and again, you can make anything sound bad.
The timed aspect is what's going to provide the adrenaline rush for them. The fact that we've got to get this done, it's running down, we've got to get this done, come on. That's going to provide the adrenaline rush, not so much what they're actually doing.
Here's the thing for me, though. I like these time games often. I like real-time co-op games, Escape and all that. This one is problematic because I don't know what it is. I hate that whole, we need this. Who has it? You have it? You have it? Oh, you have it. Okay, you have it. Okay, I have this. So we can work. And I just feel like if in this kind of game I want to be like, I got the shovel, I got this, let's go. Instead it's like, what do you have? What do we have? So can we all do it? Are we sure? Are we sure?
Let's do it, right.
Now let's do it. It's like, what? You would just be doing it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be like, all right, let's make some plans. Lava's coming down, shut up. I got a checklist. And so the theme doesn't work for me at all. I already mentioned the stupidity of the lava flowing your exact path.
Right.
And you're also like randomly going through the jungle. This whole boat thing isn't even part of the game.
It's really not.
You're in a jungle the whole time.
Yeah,
you're getting to the boat, and I don't know.
I mean, you need the stuff.
After they've won. They've won. That's
Red Peak,
why. That's
the game
why
is
she's
over.
happy.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why she's happy. We won, fellas. Let's go.
I guess that does make sense. Yeah.
I don't know. I would still be. Actually, no one in that boat looks even the slightest bit concerned.
They are off
They
the
just
island.
won.
There's
That's
a fireball
right.
hit like 10 feet away.
That doesn't matter. They have
They're fine.
umbrella.
They're fine. Again, for me, the main issues, I liked it overall. I actually thought the symbol thing was not that big of a deal. It feels like Speed Labyrinth.
Okay, I'll buy that.
You know, in fact, I thought this was that kind of game when I first saw it. Maybe not pushing the lanes, but I thought, okay, match symbols kind of thing, labyrinth style. Oh, I want to get to that from here. Okay. The time thing, fine. I get it. You're planning together. That phase feels like they were doing things differently from other games that have done it just to do them differently. Like that whole, you don't start playing cards until you're done planning, then you start playing the cards. Why? Because no other game does it like that, as far as I know.
Right.
The timer, when it runs, it's okay if it runs out. It doesn't even matter if it runs out. When you, at a certain point in your turn order, you need to check with it. If it's run out, then you lose a time token. Otherwise, if you stop before, you do not. Why? Because most games would just say you have this many sand timers, and this is different. It's also fiddly. It's also annoying. It's also a quirky rule. That's the problem.
Sorry, don't listen to the...
Overall, I like it, but I'm very rarely in favor of clunky rules because they are different. And that's what some of the choices in here feel like.
I just want something like this to be different than other games and be in a fun way. Like this is going up against Escape and stuff like that, which is a 10-minute game, has excitement of rolling dice. This one sucked the excitement out and has a board which does not matter really. It matters
kind of.
curving. No, but I mean, if you curve this way or curve that way, it is literally the same thing.
Sure, there's
Well,
nothing underneath.
It is
yes.
double-sided board, though, so you can use the other side that does have those different obstacles
That's
in it.
true.
Okay,
So
I'll buy that.
You do have a double-sided board, which does make sense.
I really want to like this one because the cover and and Carlo Rossi, he's not a bad designer. This one was just a miss for me. I give this one lava. My thumb's gone. The lava burned it off, but it would have been down.
Oof. That's horrible.
Yeah, that is bad.
That's
When you played with the kids,
Yeah.
did you feel time pressure? Like, were these tokens, not
Yeah.
those, these tokens,
We ran
gone? Were you down to like the last one?
time pressure, no, but we did run out of the wilds because
Oh, the wilds are absolutely a necessity. I get that.
Yeah, we did run out of those, and that made it a
This.
crunch. No, it
When we
didn't.
played, it seemed like we had 6 of them and nobody cared.
Well, that's because for half the game we were playing it wrong, if you remember, and then for the other half of the game it didn't matter at that point. 'Cause we were
Sure, but the
already-
time is
But
not.
you can always just choose to stop. Because that's that rule about the
The
whole,
time-
like, is the sand gone? Then we stop and move
But
it.
those aren't the timer. The timer is the lava flow. The lava flow is the timer of the game. If it catches you, you lose. Why is there another timer in the game? The lava is the timer. Just as a heads up, if it hits
Well-
you, you die.
Oh, Snapple.
No, but if you run out of those, you'll add more. You'll add more lava tiles to the thing on top of the ones that are added by the tiles. So I think it's. I don't know. I didn't find it as fiddly or annoying as you guys did, I guess.
I liked it overall.
I'm not calling it fiddly. I'm calling it boring.
I did not find it as bad as you. I think you've got the worst opinion of it. I like the lava flow. I like the +1s in the lava pile. That's 10s. I dig it. I like the making your way through the jungle. I like the cooperation with the playing of the cards. I like it. I don't like the fact that it's timed, and I don't think it adds anything. Don't get me wrong. You couldn't just remove it. It's not a game. I just don't like that solution for what we're doing in this game. I think the lava kind of does that job, like you're saying, fairly well. But it just feels like every time, for every one or two things I like, there was one thing that I was like, I would have done without the boats. You know, like for everything they give me, they kind of take a little something away. So I'm somewhere in the middle for this one. You said one thumb burnt off and down.
Does that make it no thumbs down? Since
No
it's-
thumbs down.
if it's burnt off.
Yeah.
You might be reading too much into
I'm gonna
this
give
thing.
it half a thumb up, like that.
Oh, you only stuck it halfway into the lava?
Yeah.
Pulling your thumb up! All right,
like
Sam,
that.
what about you?
I enjoyed it. I don't know. I'm surprised you guys found so much negative to say about it because, for what it's worth, realizing that it's for 8-year-olds and up, I think it's a great kids game that puts a lot of that tension that we as gamers like into the game for that age level and up. Not so much for the uppers in age because, you know, we're more.
You 99-year-olds.
No, not.
I like to. Here's the thing. Do you
the
think the kids would like the boat thing?
What do you mean?
I mean, like, oh, we have one boat. We can either draw another one and keep one or the other. At the end, we need all this stuff on the boat. Who cares? I just want to get out of the jungle.
Right. Yeah.
Is that exciting for the kids? The 8-year-olds
I don't
sitting
think
down and
kids
playing
would play this by themselves, though.
Well, okay, I got that, but there's not a whole lot of games that 8-year-olds, most 8-year-olds, will play by themselves unless they're
I'd
electronic.
rather play Fireball Island, is what I'm saying.
Well, okay, I
That's
get
apples
that.
and oranges. They're both volcanoes,
I get
though.
that, but for
Same
what
game,
this
basically.
is, see, I like Tortuga a lot, which to me had a very similar feel, where you're trying to get through this thing, but it's not cooperative. You're trying to get yourself through that prison and get out to the boat first.
Sure.
I like that. I like this better because it gives me the same feel, but we're all working together. I didn't like the nastiness that Tortuga had,
Yes.
where you can actually mess people over in a huge way. Yeah, see, he likes that kind of stuff. I don't like that. This game doesn't do that. You all work together, and I think the timer works well because, yeah, the lava flow is coming. You don't have a whole lot of time to plan out. I know what you're saying, though, is that you never ran out of those tokens. That's more what you were trying. You were.
Yeah, I just would make it slightly. I'm just saying. I have small issues. I'm not hating on this really, okay? I have small issues with it mechanically.
What about you?
A couple of them.
I don't have small issues with it mechanically, I guess.
You have
so what's your
big
thumbs, I
issues
mean?
with it.
Thumbs are, I'll give it...
Two crazy fish up.
1 and a half.
Everyone in that picture is
I'll
crazy.
give it 1.5 because that fish is like loco. I've never seen a fish like that.
I think he has. Is that lava landed on him?
That might be. So he's like trying to get back in the water.
Why are they out of the water? Get down, go deep.
They're jumper fishes, I guess.
All righty, well, that's what we have for you today. That's Red Peak. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Zee Garcia.
Sam Healy. See you on the flip side, folks.
Thanks so much for watching another Dice Tower video. If you enjoy our videos, subscribe to the channel for more fun, comprehensive board game coverage. Also, consider joining us at one of our events. Come to Dice Tower Retreat, a small, intimate gathering where gaming is king. Join us for Dice Tower Cruise, the largest board game cruise. Attend Dice Tower West in Las Vegas for gaming fun on the West Coast, or Dice Tower East in Orlando in sunny Florida. Dice Tower Conventions, the friendliest gaming conventions on Earth. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.